Hi, welcome to your Oracle card reading for the week ahead. I thought we'd just start out with the planetary cards like usual. And this is the who, what, and where of energies in your birth chart. So you can check out if this works out for your birth chart or just general energies, but this reading is general, so we'll see how it works out. But this is the who, what, and where, planets being who. Uranus. In what sign? In Sagittarius. In what house? What area of life? You can learn more about the houses in the 11th house. The action side of things says, stir up the situation by using your highest ideals for humanity's sake. Be open to new ideas about the rules of your hopes and wishes, and invent a way to get it out into the world and do it for the future. The 11th house is about the future. It's about your networking, social media almost, definitely networking and virtual type things, future. Uranus is special and it invents things and it stirs things up, like it says. And it's all about newness and just, I don't know. In Sagittarius, I put up a video about Sagittarius in today's playlist, so you should check that out. But it's 9th house ruled, that's why it talks about your ideals and your beliefs. The emotional side of things says, an unusual example of insight to understand freedom, a different way to look at the wisdom of associations, and an unexpected change resulting from the understanding of your circle of friends. Okay, let's pull a rune card. Flow, 18. And wholeness, like we got last week, is on the bottom. Oh, and on the bottom of all the cards for the week ahead was the 10 of Pentacles reversed. I forgot to say that again. So, Flow, 18. Laguz, I believe. And the Sun. Solu, wholeness, 24. This always reminds me of midpoint energy because we have the sun and the moon here. So if you haven't looked up your midpoint, that's an important point to look up. It just kind of talks about the midpoint between your self-expression and your emotional energy. It's kind of like your most real self. Mine's in Virgo, which I never thought I'd be earth signs. Okay. I'll put links for these below in the details of this video, not playlist. Blah. Let's pull some cards, see if there's any cards overlap with the cards for the week ahead. The Tower just flipped over. Further clarity on some of the cards for the week ahead, perhaps. The Tower is a shock, it's a surprise, it goes along with Uranus energy. And you may be hearing about something like that in the 11th house. Or it could be happening to you, but we'll see. Let's see. Extra clarity, more clarity. Seven of Cups, I don't really feel like that was supposed to turn over. What just flew out is the Four of Swords, Mercury in Libra, or Truce in the Thoth deck. It's usually someone in like a grave, so it could be the situation is very grave, but otherwise just rest and recuperation. maybe from whatever is happening. Tower. Judgment, wake up call. The High Priestess and the Seven of Cups again. So maybe the Seven of Cups really was supposed to turn over. High Priestess reminds me of the key card in the Pixie Lenormand. It has the 2 moons from the High Priestess in it. So it's about keys and unlocking and the secrets and maybe choosing what you want to know. Maybe you can't know everything all at once, but you can know something. So you have to choose. The Seven of Cups, choosing a choice. And the High Priestess will let you know what's coming. Queen of Cups is on the bottom. Cancer throne. Okay. Pull from the Art of Life Tarot. Further clarity in the Tower, High Priestess. Tower is number 16, and I don't know why I thought that was important to tell you. 5 of Swords can mean a change. It says, sometimes I go about pitying myself, and all the time I'm being carried on the great winds across the sky. Objet Singh. Filet de Traité by Claude Monet, 1883, private collection. Here's changing things up, switching things up a little bit. Tower, sometimes it's like comes in to, clear things away and start something fresh, start something new. So that could be talking about the change that is coming. Or maybe you just feel like you've been carried on great winds across the sky. You just feel like people have been really supportive and kind of helping you. Let's sum this all up with Pixie Lenormand. The cross and the trees on the bottom. The Seven of Hearts or Seven of Cups again. You might look up what the Seven of Cups really means. There's just a few options, a few different meanings to it. But usually, sometimes it can mean getting your head out of the clouds. Well, let's read the cross is number 36. Card energy is negative. Keywords, burden, destiny. Destiny isn't necessarily bad. End, grief, hardship. Maybe it's the end of all of this. Karma, pain, religion, religious person, sorrow, suffering, a test or challenge. Well, religion and a religious person makes me think of Sagittarius because it is 9th house ruled, so regardless of your beliefs, you can still appreciate and take an interest in religion, in the higher learning, all the things that Sagittarius stands for. Full meaning. The cross is a heavy card of grief and suffering. This card denotes long periods of hard work for little payoff. Old regrets come back to haunt you, and you might be presented with new challenges and hardships. If the cross is to the right or to the left, it will affect the cards in a negative way. It will show if you are already in the hardship or is coming out of it. In love, an unhappy situation, a painful separation. Career, an overbearing workplace, loss of job. Characteristics, a tired and worn out person. I feel a little bit tired right now. That's probably why it came up. Timing is immediately. Image origins, a card of harsh realities. The background of this card is taken from the Five of Pentacles. What do we get? The Five of Swords. The cross is made up of the pillars, the Hierophant card being a card of unrelenting constraint. But the Hierophant also reminds me of the ninth house because it's a high priest, it's religion, it's all about higher education, higher learning, or religion. So there might be some things having to do with religion this week. Maybe getting a good flow in between Sun, Moon energies. Five of Pentacles is on the bottom here. Okay. Let's see what the angels have to tell us. Beloved one just flipped over. Archangel Chamuel, I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Lots of messages coming through from the angels. Clairsentience, Archangel Raguel, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. One more maybe. Gifts from God. Archangel Soundophone, we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. And passion is on the bottom. Archangel Haniel, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So the cross talked about an end of a job, possibly, in your love life and career. You're just feeling very passionate. Maybe an end brought a new beginning. Maybe finally wanting to put the cross down or whatever burdens you so that you can have a renewed passion in your love life and career. Okay, for singles. Past life relationship. You've known each other before. I don't know if that's ever happened to you before, but it's happened to me where you just meet someone and it's almost like love at first sight. You just feel very familiar with them. You kind of know how they might react to things. You kind of just have a good understanding, I guess, of who they are, even if you don't really know them too well, which could seem presumptuous, but sometimes I feel like it's just you are just that connected. Maybe it's because of past life relationship that you just know someone very well, but you just have a feeling of how you might connect with them and how, they would laugh at different things and what would, they'd find funny, and you just have a good idea of who they are and what they're about, and they seem familiar. And so I feel like that's a good indication of a past life relationship. And if you don't believe in that, maybe you just feel like you go way back, and like I said, just familiarity. And the bottom is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Dating. Semi-serious relationships. Dating. Trust. The situation is calling you to have faith. Whoa, can't hold on to it. Trust and love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So being confident, having confidence. If you don't have it, find some. Let's see. Relationships, partnerships, marriage, long-term relationships. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. On the bottom is this could be the one. Well, in some situations, I would hope so. If you're already married, I hope that it's the one. Might not be, but you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Be someone who's in a relationship, who's married, and thinking about getting out of a relationship because they've already met the romantic partner they seek, and it's someone else besides the person they're in a relationship with. Could be that as well. Maybe they're wondering if they should make a romantic gesture, and it says to go ahead and do that. So, and if you're just together, then maybe you should spice things up a little bit and do some sort of big romantic gesture. Get the passion back. Let's pull from, because I mean, let's be honest, it's probably a little bit gone if you're in a relationship. Let's see. Mountain, 6. And on the bottom is Fields of Dream, 21. That almost sounds a lot like things we've been talking about here on this channel. Dreams, dream and wake. But I'll read the one that popped out. Number 6, Mountain. Probably goes along more with cross, which is sometimes a mountain can signify like having to make a long trek, a hardship, things like that. So it could go along with the cross. You have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. Flow. This is the time to adapt. That's the quote. Upright, sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an unsurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer, but why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the river that flows around mountains naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. If you decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. Reverse, there is no obstacle in your inquiry. This is not the time to move forward. Or there is an obstacle in your inquiry. This is not the time to move forward. Wait a while, be patient, and a way around the mountain will be revealed. Pushing forward isn't your highest good. Don't try to climb too high or grasp the prize that seems out of reach, because it is. For now, if you exceed your limits, you'll find yourself tumbling down and you'll get hurt. Remain open to a new possibility rather than stubbornly forging ahead. But it came out upright, so it just tells you to go with the flow, basically. Go around your obstacles instead of pushing through too hard. You need to take a step back and decide how you can go about and do that. And how you can go about doing that. Okay. Let's read from the Enchanted or the Winged Enchantment Oracle. Rooster, 30. The bottom is Blue Jay, number 2, like the High Priestess. Okay. I am Rooster, the rising sun and the break of day. I am vitality. I am sexuality. I am the eternal matrix of fertility. I was just talking about matrix as a theme and as a future prediction. I am the time to act and the need to use force and creation. I am fire momentum. While the feminine nurtures all things created, I am the force that shapes the created. I will guide it, I will give it life, I will mold its most useful form into place. Now is not the time to tend to worn out things, but to light the fire of new life. While you can acknowledge those times with stillness and acceptance, I assure you this is not one of those times. I am Creator God, wielding the power of seed and continuity. I am the domain of reproductive potency. Unleash your potential and start making things happen. I'll give you the new dawn you seek. You are eternal potency. You are conception. You are dawn's triumphant herald. You are rooster. Okay, well, I hope that brought some uplifting messages to you, even though this week might be a little bit hard with the cross. You might just have a lot of things on your back, on your shoulders to take care of. That could be what it's talking about, but overall, it seemed like a pretty good reading and just saying to go with the flow this week. So, okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and found something insightful, something that can maybe help guide you this week. Stay open-minded, as things that haven't happened yet might not seem familiar and applicable to you, but see how this week goes, and stay tuned for the Success Career Midheaven Oracle reading as well. Okay, bye.